between or of Elfi before, but I'm gonna assume he's pretty good. I mean, he is playing. I don't know why people do this crazy spam thing. I never did, but it's just personal preference, I guess. Soja, I have seen replays. He's a very good Terran player. They're both high-level players, obviously. I did get this replay from the Cyborg Cup. I've never heard of the Cyborg Cup before, but I was told these replays were pretty good. And now with the with the latest patch, the second to latest patch, the supply depot has changed gameplay a lot, as you guys I'm sure are aware of by now. That Terran has completely stopped doing bunker rushes and Reaper harassing. It just seems to be pretty much null and void. Now you'll notice that the blue player Elfi has decided not to wall off. Most players do not wall off against anything besides Zerg because most units, or most people don't do run-bys with anything but Zerglings. So you get a whole bunch of Zerglings coming through and it's just not fun, so walling off is a lot easier. Now he's chrono boosting out probes. He has 11, he's got his pylon up, and it does look as though, I'm going to assume neither player has gas yet. We could see some early harassment, and you can see the same thing from Soja. He did not wall off. Most Protoss players don't run by with anything. I mean, you're going to get some Stalkers to do your base, maybe, but nothing you can't handle. Zerglings are really tough to handle in large groups. Now, here goes Soja's refinery. I don't believe you need player weight fast expand. It's not a common thing to do. And here goes Elfi's refinery. Now you can see we're pretty close to on timing, as the barracks is a little more delayed for the Terran player. And that's not surprising because he does have one more SCV, so it's going to be a little more delayed. It's not going to be enough to really tell a difference. It's not going to make much of a difference throughout the game. But he does have an early cybernetics core going up, which means he is going to probably rush the gate or the warp gate technology. And we have just a Marine coming out for our Terran player. Now, Comsats, can't speak here. The orbital command here is going to allow for Comsats, and I'm not sure if he's going to what he's doing over here. I'm not sure if he's going to wall this in or something. See if he can take this. This is the easiest expansion to claim ever. I mean, it's so easy. But Blink Stalkers, Shift Blink Stalkers, right here, can just abuse this high ground, dance back and forth, and just really make your life difficult. So most players, I would say a good majority of top-tier players, do not ever capture this tower. Now, you'll see that Soja did get the mule, and these mules are really good. He could have used it for a scam, but he doesn't really need to, because he's going to send this Marine and see what he can do. This probe might go down, but I don't think so. He's probably just going to drop out this watchtower, and he'll be fine. Now, Soja does need to get up here and scout before too many Stalkers get onto the field, which the Stalker will be out, and this Marine is not going to be nearly as effective as it would have been had he gotten out earlier. Now, the gateway rally point is set right here to this front door. Now, that's really weird. You could be going for some really early pressure, and Stalkers are pretty good against Marines. Now, Zealots on the other hand get pretty eaten up by Marines. I mean, it's not a good day to be a Stalker or a Zealot. And he's got to take this bunker down before it goes up, and it doesn't go up. He got lucky. We could be seeing the Destiny Cloud Fist build, as my favorite caster ever, Husky, likes to call it. Or we could be seeing just very standard play with this SCV is going to get in here, become meat shield kind of. SCVs are pulled off the line. Now people are always afraid to pull SCVs off the line, but Zealots just tear apart SCVs. I mean, it's always worth losing just a few other SCVs than losing the game. And there's going to be another Stalker here, and this is going to make his life a little difficult. He's got to get this bunker canceled before it goes up. Those Marines get in there, and that'll probably be lights out for all this early Protoss aggression. Now they need to focus down, just as he's doing. He is focusing down. He's going to focus down the unit building it instead, but he's just going to get a jump on, get some more fierce meat shields in here. I mean, yeah, it's always a good idea to pull the SCVs off the line. Stalkers don't do that much DPS. Very good unit, but he needs to get more units in this composition. I mean, he has a pretty good healthy mixed composition, but it's just not that great. I mean, he is going to lose a lot to this early production, but it's not going to be too bad. Now, that Hellion could actually kill a Stalker. You don't see that often, because Hellions just are not the right unit. Make sure for compositions, but it does seem as though the Terran player came way behind on that one, losing 11 units. as compared to the 2 Protoss. But they are pretty close to resources. I mean, the Red Terran Soja did lose a lot more than what he was intended to do, but I think he's doing okay. The income of both players is relatively even. I mean, Elfi is pushing out tons of gas. He's getting a lot more gas. He's got more harvesters because of that last push that he did. Now, I would like... Ooh, it does seem as though Soja is supply blocked here. And there is 2 supply depots over there. Okay. Let's see. Is he not calling down? You don't see many players use this supply drop. And it's very valuable. It can really save you when you're in a tight pinch and you just need that extra supply. Sometimes it's not worth it. It's a little automatron just hanging out here. I don't know why, but I always kill the things when I walk by. I guess they just agitate me or something. I'd be curious to see if you could mind control them. Now, I would like to point out that Elfi does have Stargates down. He's getting some extra pylons here. And he has a Voider out of the way. Now, the only downfall of this is if Soja was able to throw a scan, most players will scan about here, maybe here. I mean, it's all depending on what they've seen. I mean, actually, Soja is playing completely blind. As you can see, he has seen nothing. Both players are playing pretty blind at the second. I mean, it is really bad. Scouting has been kind of lacking on this one. But yeah, due to this early Protoss aggression, there's been no scouting in here, and I don't believe the Orbital Command has enough for a scan. It's gonna be another minute or so, but I believe that will be the next thing used as a scan, so he knows what he's ready for. Now, he did go to the Destiny Cloud. His build is just really delayed due to the early aggression. And Soja instantly got a lot of extra gas. Now, he might go Banshees, or he might go Ravens. Ravens are always good. A PDD can be really devastating to... He called down a Mule. I'm really surprised. I mean, the Protoss player has got the proxy pylon. He really needs to see this. I don't know if Siege Tech is on the way. Is Siege Tech on the way? Siege Tech is not on the way. He's really going to need this. If you're going to produce tanks, you have to have the Siege Tech. I mean, tanks are pretty much useless without it. It's so cheap. Now that Warp Gate's done, there's going to be this Void Ray, and the great part about Void Rays is they can charge up on any of these close by items. You might even use the pylon itself to charge up. Now, that wouldn't be the best idea ever, obviously, for the mere fact that he is going to lose it eventually. But the stronger it is, the better. Now, we do have a Raven. As I said, a Raven, always good. See if he can find the Observer. But I don't believe there actually is an Observer out. No, but we do have 2 Void Rays, 4 Stalkers, and 4 Zealots. Now, he does have a pretty good composition as... Oh, where is he charging? As I said, he's going to probably charge on this. They both charge on that. Now, that's powerful, and I believe he's going to lose that charge. He did on one of them, and these guys are just going to devastate this bunker. This will probably be GG for our Red Terran Soja here. I mean, these Void Rays really need to be focused down, but they're not going to. They're going to stay fully charged, and the Marines really need to be shooting them down, but there's just not enough. I don't see how this is going to work out in his favor. I mean, the shields have already started regenerating. Now everything on the ground is getting pretty much decimated, but yeah, I don't see anything that our Terran player can do. He never scouted. He didn't know what was happening. He didn't ever check in to see what was going on. Now, there is a Raven out, but that Raven's going to die. He never stood a chance. He's trying to get another barracks up. Very good micro by our player here to get that one. Now, the APM is actually pretty low for both of these players. This is about what you'd see mid-level game to be. Most mid-level games are pretty low APM. And it does seem as though Soja's going to see if he can go base race. He did take out... I love these little chunklets of pylons scattered everywhere. I love killing pylons. I mean, I'm a Zerg player myself, but I do love killing pylons. And this is game. I mean, there's nothing our Terran player can do here. And if you look, I mean, the army size, there's a pretty large army discrepancy. Vikings are not the answer because Void Rays are faster, they do more damage. It just... I don't see how this is going to be effective at all. So, the Viking, if he can snipe these 2 Void Rays, he might be in okay shape, but I don't see... there goes the Viking. The Viking will go down now. The best he can do is some extra damage, but once the Void Ray has gotten it, that's it. Now, some things that he could have done differently. He did push over here, but I don't see that doing anything. He did lose it. All his SCVs are dead. Soja left the game knowing there's nothing else he can do. I mean, he did even that. He had another Zealot on the way. He had a Dark Shrine. This game was over. He never scouted. He never knew what was happening. Those Void Rays completely caught him off guard. All his SCVs were about to get killed. That just wasn't very well played. I mean, I can't really knock him. He never really did get the chance to scan or to go in and scout because he did have to have that really early Protoss pressure. And I really do have to commend Elfi for putting on that kind of pressure. It's not often you see Protoss get super aggressive unless they're going a 4-gate, but he never did go 4-gate. He didn't throw down a proxy pile until the end, and that was just to charge up Void Rays if you ask me. But yeah, each player played really well. This is from the Cyborg Cup. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. You have no idea how much that helps. So subscribe, and thank you for watching my videos.